prone to fall off the wagon. Because as long as it's like smoking cigarettes, if you have one cigarette a day, you're more likely to slip back into it if you're not careful.
All right, thank you.
There's one more comment I'd like to ask really quickly, and that is, this is a little known fact from science. We are, as a society, the vast majority of us are addicted to two cases in particular, sugar and fat. And that addiction is subtle but very, very powerful. So when we're accustomed to consuming a high protein, high meat diet, I was myself from the farm. When you're accustomed to that, it might take a month or two, and you have to be steady with it until the addiction begins to wear away. And believe it or not, people who do this know this. First thing you know, you start craving a salad of all things. I mean, we tend not to recognize this addiction, and so we say, oh, it's too hard for me, that kind of thing. But if one stays with it, especially if they have a health problem, one will change.
Number one, I'd like to just say thank you guys, both of you, for getting this important message out into the world. It's just so life-changing. Dr. Campbell, I heard you speak here at FreedomFest a couple of years ago, and you planted a lot of seeds in me and just really opened my eyes. And so it's been a progression of going vegetarian, and about the last 90 days I've been totally vegan, and a condition that I've struggled with for about 5 years just has totally disappeared. And really, I just feel better. I've lost about 30 pounds and just feel wonderful, and I'm just so committed to it. So my question is, what can we do to help you with the pods to get those out into the world? How many cities are there officially right now, and is there a formal chartering process, or what do you go through?
All right, yeah, good question. So we're getting ready to roll out a new website. Well, not a new, but a revamp of our old website. And we're going to be including material in there that people can read and learn about a process that people can use to pull the film into their community, and then to work together with others in the community to market the film. And we have a lot of tools that we're going to make available to people through Dropbox, that they can access these tools. So they market the film, then use the film showing as an opportunity for establishing a PlantPure Pod in their community. So we'll be announcing all of this and providing this information on the website here in the next couple of weeks. But that's definitely one way that you can get involved.
Well, good. We'll count on a lot of support from Orlando, Central Florida, and social media, whatever we can do to help you.
Yeah, I would also say too, for anyone who's interested, please go to our website and join us so that we can get your email, and then we can keep you up to date on what we're doing.
PlantPureNation.com.
First of all, I'm going to order your book, number one. Number two is I am able to follow a good diet when I'm at home, but I travel a lot. Do you address that issue?
In the JumpStart program we're going to include a session where we do teach people how they can go to restaurants and order off menus. There are a few little tricks you can learn, and in most places you can get a reasonably healthy meal. You just need to tell them to hold the meat, or light on the oil, hold the cheese. There are a lot of things on most menus that you can make plant-based with some changes that you're not embarrassed to ask the server to make.
I'm never embarrassed when it comes to health. This is not my question, but his question was, what about the people in the Nordic type climates that are used to being very fish-based and oil-based that way? And how does that relate to the plant-based diet?
Actually, the people in the north tend to have more of the chronic diseases than the people near the equator. So the Nordic people, for example, Denmark is #1 in the world, I think, in breast cancer, and Holland, and those countries, heart disease is quite common, especially it was in Finland. So they made some changes. So they're part of that same sort of perspective. I mean, they're suffering the problems more than almost anyone.
Hello Nelson, hello Dr. Campbell. It's very nice to see you again. We met a couple of times at the Holistic Holiday at Sea.
I'm the lady chef AJ tells you about Las Vegas all the time. So first of all, thank you so much for being here. The good news is Las Vegas gets the idea more and more. I'm very happy to report I'm doing the biggest health and wellness event in town called Healthing and Happiness, and it's just been over 2 weeks ago. We had 800 up to 1,000 people here learning about whole foods, plant-based nutrition and what you can do. And with this said, I would love for you both to be my guests next year in Las Vegas around the same time to present the beautiful movement. And what can we do in the meantime in Las Vegas and of course beyond. I'm very excited to think about doing these kind of jump starts that you mentioned, Nelson, maybe using the pods or anything that is in our power, because we have a lot of poverty communities here in Las Vegas. It doesn't meet the eye when you just travel to the beautiful casinos and you see all the glitz and glimmer, but there's a lot of poverty in our city and a lot of communities that do not have access to any good produce.
Thanks so much, Nina.
Around it, but I would love to get involved with that.
Excellent.
Yeah, actually, I'm glad that you mentioned that. This is something I wanted to say, is we're using a very interesting structure for to sort of propel or organize this movement. We have two organizations that we've established. One is called a B Corporation, which we have to have that because there are a lot of business type activities that we're going to be undertaking to support these local pods. But with the B Corporation, you can define a social mission, and then you can use profits from that company to support that mission. So we're going to take profits and then we're going to funnel them back over to our second organization, which is a nonprofit organization. That nonprofit organization will be focusing on innovative national strategies that really go to the heart of addressing our healthcare crisis. One of the very first things we're going to do is to roll out a program called our PlantPure Oasis program. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to get our food from our co-packer into low-income communities through church partners without any kind of profit markup or any retailer markup, so that we can get the food and the information out to the people who need it as cheaply as possible, maybe even better than fast food prices.
Borderlandsfoodbank.org.
This is what I get most excited about, and I hope it came through in the film, that this is about more than just health. This is about creating a new paradigm for how we can solve social problems in this country. You know, truly, too often we look up to government to solve these problems, and that'll never work, because government is just really, in most instances, is a tool for the people who have the money and the power. You know, we need to figure out how to provide organization, information, and financial resources to local communities to solve some of these problems.
Right.
And all this will be available on the podcast or on the information that you
Yes, just stay tuned to the website. Yep, we're working hard. Yes.
Well, thank you so much for all the hard work that you do. Love your books. Whole is the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Time for one more question.
Okay, one more question.
That'll be my question. So, I'm friends with a woman known as Robin Openshaw, who's known as the Green Smoothie Girl. And I don't know if you've ever heard of her or not, but she's gotten really well known. And I spent some time with her, with a doctor down in Phoenix, who helps put people on plant-based diets, because my mom had cancer. And through that, she was able to kill her cancer. That she had had long-term eating a diet for 76 years that was crappy, and she was able to kill that cancer because of this plant-based diet. And so I'm a firm believer of it, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. I think it's a wonderful experience, because I know it's a social issue. That's all I wanted to say, was thank you for the work you're doing, and I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I guess that's our, we were told that's the last question, but thank you so much for coming, and thank you for your interest in this. It really is about all of us coming together to fix this problem. Website one more time, plantpurenation.com. And we have a Facebook page too.